How is choosing your values like playing Wheel of Fortune? Hi, I'm the real Charles Brown, and today we're going to be talking about specificity and why and how most people that I come across are trying to discover their values and define their values in a completely wrong way. So how is it like Wheel of Fortune? Well, if you're as old as I am and you used to watch the old version of Wheel of Fortune, when players would make it to the bonus round, they were allowed 5 consonants and 1 vowel. Does that sound familiar? Well, back in the old days, you would walk out and make that choice from blank. So 99 out of 100 people would choose S, T, L, N, R, and E. And why would they do that? Well, because they're very common letters in our language. And so most words have either S, T, L, N, R, or E in it. So if you're playing a puzzle where you're trying to fill in the words with just a few vowels and one, or just a few consonants and 1 vowel, you're going to go with the most common or the most heavily used in an attempt to win. Well, when I come across clients and I sit down with them and say, hey, the first thing we're going to do to get started is we're going to define your values. And they say, oh my gosh, Charles, no problem. I already know what my values are. I'm really excited. Great. Let's hear them. This is great. This is kind of a head start, if you will, in our process of working together. What do you got? And they almost always say the same thing, which is honesty, integrity, loyalty. Now, I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with those values. Those are terrific values and they're great for each of us to have. But kind of like S, T, L, N, R, and E, they're so common in our society that they're almost considered the cost of doing business. If you want to be treated well and you want to be taken seriously, you have to have honesty, integrity, loyalty, right? You have to have some of those basic values. So it's not that we don't possess those values. It's not that we don't appreciate and use those values. But like I say, they're kind of like society's cost of entry. In order to be, categorized as anything other than a criminal, you have to interact with people through those values. So if you're going to do a real values exercise to learn about yourself and start getting really specific about what's important to you, you need to consider what those cost of doing business values are, accept those, appreciate those, but then set those aside and go back through a comprehensive exercise, kind of like mine, of course, right? Gentle plug there. But I developed my values exercise specifically to overcome the traps and the pitfalls and the shortcomings of all those other exercises out there that just kind of put it out there and say, yeah, pick a few, it's great. The truth is the real power of doing a comprehensive deep dive into your values is it comes up with, ideally, those top 3 to 5 non-negotiable personal values that are specific to you. And why is that so important? Well, the next step after identifying them is defining those words in your own words, defining those values for yourself. You and I might both share the value of adventure, but I'm willing to bet that your definition of adventure is very different than mine. And that's okay. And there's value in that. You need to understand what your definition of adventure is, and I need to understand what my definition is. So first step, get specific, find those top 3 to 5 non-negotiable personal values that are important to you. The second step, define those values in your words. Sure, the dictionary's got a great understanding. And again, most of us understand what humor and fun is, what adventure is, what entrepreneurialism is. But what does it mean specifically to me? How do I experience those values so that I know how to recognize them when they are in my life or when they are missing from my life? Once you're empowered with those things, the definition of what those things are and what they mean to you, those are a very important piece to your decision-making puzzle, because every decision we make is a fork in the road. At a minimum, it's 2 forks, but sometimes it's 4, sometimes it's 17 forks. And the right answer for each one of us is that fork in the road that best aligns or has the best chance of honoring those top 3 to 5 values. Before you get that glossy look in your eye, roll your eyes back in your head and say, oh my God, not another values exercise. I've done them before. I've never gotten anything out of them. I'm here to tell you that if you didn't get anything out of them, You didn't complete the exercise and you didn't perform it in a really personal and specific way. So visit me at my website, therealcharlesbrown.com. I have my test. It's available, my exercise available to you for free. I'll give you my list of 88 most common values, and then I'll give you my step-by-step process to get you to those top 3 to 5 non-negotiable personal values. And then I'll walk you through those steps of defining them and then figuring out what to do with them from there. I hope you found this valuable. And of course, if you did, give me a little like. That's good. It tells me I'm on the right wavelength. I'm providing the right information. And of course, if you want to see follow-up, because we're going to talk about emotional needs pretty soon, go ahead and subscribe and you'll get notified in my next video. Thanks for stopping by.